What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Old School Arctic Cats. There has been a ton of interest on people wondering how many snowmobiles I own. Brought them all out today. Let's get to it. Okay, and before we go down the line here, I want to show you guys this awesome Arctic Cat Panther. This snowmobile is what got me and my family into snowmobiles. Stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll kind of give the story and the background of how I got into snowmobiling. All right, you guys, I want to start off with my absolute favorite snowmobile of all time, the 99 Thundercat 1000. I've owned this sled since 2016. This is by far my baby. 1000cc triple pipes. I put the tires on it so we can rip it up and down the road. I took it to McDonald's. That's an epic video. You guys got to check that one out. But this is my very, very favorite sled. Let's go check out some more. This is my second favorite snowmobile so far, you guys. This is turning into quite the monstrous build. This started out as a 99 ZRT 800. I've been working on this project now for a couple months. We stuffed a Cutler 1050 motor in it with D&D triple pipes. I've had to do quite a bit of work to make like the airbox delete kit. We put this little custom plate to hold the electrical. I'm hoping to have this sled just be a fire-breathing drag race monster. Let's keep going with the tour. Man, when we found this snowmobile, we were so lucky. This thing was out in a pasture with a herd of horses coming to, I swear they were coming to eat this thing's seat. We were lucky to save this one from the herd of horses. This is the mighty ZRT 800. This sled has been super special to us. It's the first 800 triple Arctic Cat made. This one has AN triple pipes. This thing rips for what it is, and it's got the Mountain Cat extended 136 on it. Super fun, super cool sled. Next on the list, we got the awesome Z570. This snowmobile is super cool because it is fan cooled. This thing super reliable, awesome handlebars. This is a trail cruising machine. The unique thing about this sled, you guys, we bought this about 5 years ago. It only had 102 original miles on it. We've now put on 1,300 miles, but yeah, total brand new sled. It was a real unique thing to find this one, but 102 original miles when we bought it. Okay, next we got the awesome 1990 EXT 530. The unique thing about this sled, you guys, it only had 245 original miles, and that's exactly what it has today. Beautiful shape, pristine condition. Gosh, they just don't make them quite like this anymore. But it is just incredible shape. This snowmobile, you guys, you have never, ever done any trail riding if you haven't ridden a Panther. This thing, two-seater. It's got the hand warmers for your passenger. This is the 580 fuel injected. It doesn't have the battery, so it's the good fuel injection. It's got the digital fuel gauge on it. This thing was all about comfort on the trail. Big, wide. The unique thing about this one, as you guys can see, it's got the fish and Wildlife Services. We picked this sled up from the Fish and Game. Super cool sled. This 1995 EXT 580 fuel injected. We found this one on Facebook Marketplace, you guys, for $100. They didn't need it anymore. They didn't want it anymore. We went, bought it. The guy said that he had it from brand new. He was the original owner. This sled only has 1,400 miles on it currently. It only had 900 when we bought it. It was had, you know, about 2 or 3 inches of hay dust on this thing when we got it. Got it all sprayed off. The decals and everything looked awesome. This is a really fun snowmobile. We got here the 1996 Arctic Cat Cougar 550 liquid cooled. This snowmobile has the most unique handlebar grip right here, or the mountain strap. Look what it says on here, you guys. This is the flippin' Kingfish. Don't ask me where that came from, but we got the Kingfish here. This sled did not come with a two-seater. I ended up finding a two-seater because I knew Arctic Cat came with a Cougar touring sled. So I wanted to have a touring sled of my own, so I put a two-seater on this thing. But yeah, the Kingfish, that was so hilarious when I bought this sled. Um, this one was heading to the scrapyard. The guy was going to throw it away. The mounting plate for where the secondary clutch bearing holds onto was completely cracked out. It was broken. He was just going to throw it away. Luckily, I know how to weld. Welded it back up, got everything trued. This thing has been an awesome snowmobile. This snowmobile is my daughter's sled, and she is so passionate about this. This is the 2004 Mountain Cat 600 EFI, the 1M chassis. I had to go clear out in the middle of Wyoming to pick this sled up, and I even had to pay more than I wanted to pay for it. But this sled, super clean, super reliable. My 13-year-old daughter absolutely tears it up on this sled, and you guys can see that in all my other videos. But she is super passionate about this one. Okay, next we got the Mighty Green Bean. This sled has been in my family now for probably 7 or 8 years. This is the Arctic Cat Z370. Somebody repainted the hood green. It's missing all of its original decals. I ended up getting online and finding some Z370 decals off of like a 2001. This is a fan-cooled sled. All of my kids have learned how to snowmobile on this very snowmobile. This one is so good because I was able to ride on back with them, and it's the perfect beginner sled. It's got a real easy thumb pull, really easy brake. It's just, these are the best kid sleds in my opinion. So we're gonna keep that one forever. Next sled we got is the 1994 EXT 580. I got this sled in a package deal. It came with the Green Mountain Cat I'm going to show you. It came with a powder special, and it also came with an '03 Mountain Cat 600. But another unique thing about all these sleds, you guys, they all run and drive. Every single one of them. They start right up and they drive. But yeah, the unique thing about this one was it just came in a package deal. It was super cheap. It's got almost 8,000 miles on this sled. It's super reliable, right? Like this thing just runs no matter what. It's got the classic duct tape seat on it. Pretty custom and good to have. But yep, the Mighty EXT is an awesome sled. Now we got another one of my special snowmobiles, the Mighty M1000. When this thing came up for sale, the first thing that caught my eye is that it has twin Speedworks pipes on it. And you always see them with the single pipe. It's real rare that you see them with the twin pipes. That was the first thing that caught my eye. This sled, it was an old hill climb sled for the Remshaw circuit. The guy that bought it, he was using it for skiing, and he's like, this thing is frightening how fast this thing is. So I'm like, it had a bad water pump. It was just draining antifreeze like crazy. Anyway, got it fixed up. This is a lightning quick snowmobile. We did a video with this sled versus my Thundercat, and they were super close in speed. So this M1000 is in the M series chassis. When the M series chassis came out in 2005 with the M7, I mean it was a game changer for Arctic Cat as far as the mountain sleds. This thing was super light. It was the more rider forward. It was just the ergonomics of riding it was totally different than like this or this King Cat that we have here. But yeah, this sled was a game changer for Arctic Cat, and then this one is a 2008. Now we got the 2005 King Cat, and why is this thing a King Cat? Well, first it's got the monstrous 162 track. When the King Cat came out with the 162, it was the biggest track anybody's really ever heard of. This thing had a big 900 twin motor in it. I like to compare these big mountain sleds to like basically a giant powder special. They were a twin. They had a ton of torque. They were easy to work on. Man, these things are so simple. They're the hood that just folds up and everything's accessible. To change the belt, the spark plugs, work on it. These snowmobiles were really, really easy to work on, and they had a lot of power. But the King Cat also had titanium springs. Were just made it more lightweight and durable. They made a Mountain Cat 900, but the King Cat 900 with the 1M chassis with the 162 track, fuel injected. These things were an awesome sled. Okay, next we have is the awesome 2001 Mountain Cat 800. The most unique thing about this sled is it's the limited edition. It came lime green. It's got the adjustable shocks on it. This snowmobile is super fast. It's not much of a powder sled. It is an incredible trail sled and just going fast and jumping and stuff. But this snowmobile, it is surprisingly how fast it is on the top end. It keeps up with that ZRT 800 pretty much neck and neck. This sled is not the 1M chassis. It's probably 30, 35, 40 pounds heavier than the 1M chassis. It's just the Mountain Cat chassis. This is a 2001, and this is kind of the beginning of the evolution. It kind of went from this chassis into the 1M, then the M series. So this snowmobile is the 2003 Mountain Cat 600 EFI. The unique thing about this sled is that it was the first year of the 1M chassis. They shaved about 35 pounds, like I said. They made a lighter seat. They made the suspension, the rear skid, a lot lighter. They took out more aluminum. Super, super fast, super potent. This snowmobile is surprisingly wicked fast for a 600. I mean, I got a Powder Extreme 600 triple. This thing dominates. It had the good Rider Fords type handlebars, which were really nice. It had the mountain strap integrated into it. Super reliable too, super easy to work on. But the seat also on these 1M chassis, they were quick release. They have these little tabs in the back. You just pull, and the seat was able to come right off. And it's lightweight. I think they just made them so if you wanted to recover it, super easy to recover, or you could store it or dry them out when they get wet. But that's the most unique thing about this sled. All right, you guys, I have a special guest here. We got Larry. He's a subscriber. He found me on Facebook. He actually just lives over the hill from me. Started messaging me. He's like, we got to get together. This guy does a lot of pond skipping. He has access to like a 3-acre pond, roughly, that he likes to go. He likes to go sink Polarises, which I'm always a fan of. But this awesome EXTLT Gray special, that's Larry's here, and I'll let him kind of explain what we got going on with this sled.
So Thanksgiving night last year, we were hanging out at Grandma's house, and I found this on Marketplace for $100. So me being me, I lowballed the crap out of him, offered him $50, and he said, come and get it. So we went and got it. We got there. Come to find out, it's got the first year of the Fox shocks. It has twin 18 pipes. This hood is a pain.
This is not standard, but we like it. But you guys got to see these pipes on this sled. Got it, Larry.
There you go. Alrighty. So I painted the pipes purple because why not? Purple's cool. Rebuilt carbs, the clutches and all that. We added bar risers on it, and the gauges on these snowmobiles are usually up top here on the bars, but with them being raised, they were too short. Dropped them down here, made some brackets. This sled is an absolute ripper. This thing is.
Start this one.
This one's fun.
Well, I want to hear it. Twin AM pipes. Fire it up, Larry.
This thing will jump a Coke can, and it's a riot for a little 550. But.
So how'd you find me?
So I found you. It was 11:30 at night. I was at home watching TV on the YouTubes, and your video of you riding the Thundercat through McDonald's popped up, and I was like, that's pretty cool. So I started watching it. Come to find out, I know the old double pipe there. Me and him go riding often. And so I hit him up, and I was like, hey, you didn't know I saw you on YouTube? He goes, oh, yeah, that's my neighbor down the road. And here we are about a month later, too. And
so I just
met
Larry last night. I kind of told him I was going to do a sled tour, and he wanted to bring all of his sleds out, too, so I could see him and kind of see what he's got going on. But, yeah, Larry, man, he's a cool guy. Okay, so this snowmobile, you guys, is a 1991 EXT LT Gray Special, and what's so awesome about these sleds is they came stock with Fox shocks from the factory. The 1990 EXT Special, that was the first production vehicle to ever have Fox shocks. It gave Fox shocks their threshold to what we know of them as today. Next, it comes to the awesome Powder Extreme. The Powder Extreme is unique because it has the ZRT 600 motor in it, but it came with the high altitude compensator. We did a whole video review about this sled. The fact that the paint is all intact on this sled is probably the most rare and unique thing. These Arctic Cat paint jobs back then sucked bad. Flaked. These things turned black. They were pretty bad. So to find one that's in this good a shape, and the pearl white is really unique. The seat's actually in really good shape. This sled's just been really awesome. Now we came to the mighty 93 Arctic Cat Thundercat. This snowmobile, you can see in one of our videos, I picked this thing up for only $200. We did a whole video getting this sled running again, and pulling it out of storage and getting it going. The unique thing about this sled is not only is it a 900 triple, but it's Arctic Cat's first Thundercat, the old 93. And what's even more special about this 93 is that it has the factory Mountain Cat extension. It was a dealership option that they had for the western states for the mountains and stuff. And this sled came with it. A lot of these were only 121s, but this is the 136 with the dealership extension. Last but definitely not least, this is the 1979 Arctic Cat Panther 5000. This is a 500cc fan-cooled motor. It's actually a two-seater. This seatbelt looking thing back here is for your passenger to have something to hang on to. Has a headlight, has this awesome looking grill. The motor on this thing is so compact and so tiny. When you got your exhaust up here in the front, just a little single carburetor. This thing is a survivor. Like I said, it's a 1979. Beautiful shape. I mean, the hood still has sheen on it. We were lucky to pick up this snowmobile, and this is one of our prized possessions that we have in our store or in our fleet. They had such a cool attention to detail. All the hand stitching, or not the hand stitching, but just the different little unique things like this. All the little unique touches are just super cool on these old sleds. I mean, they just don't make them like this at all anymore. But I'm going to start this sled because all of these sleds I showed you guys, they all run and drive. Every single one of them. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this snowmobile what got me and my family into it. And I actually brought my dad in on this episode so he can tell his experience and give us the story on how this snowmobile got us into it. So this is my dad, Clint Bruder. He's been into snowmobiling now for several years. He's got a story to tell you guys.
Hey guys, I got into snowmobile in March 1978. My dad called me up and says, "Hey Clint, a couple of the guys where I work have snowmobiles. I know you're really into them. Would you like it if we went and picked one up and went riding today?" He came and got me out of school. We went just up the road here about 2 miles. There was an Thundercat dealership the Zillis' owned. We bought this the Panther right off the showroom floor. I was in shock. I'd wanted a snowmobile my whole life. I was 15 years old. We went for a nice ride up the canyon. Had a great time. One of my dad's friends brought an extra Panther for me to ride. My dad rode our new one, and we switched off a few times. But been hooked on snowmobiling ever since. It's been a lifetime passion, and our family's had so many good times riding these snowmobiles, and just can't describe the amount of fun we've had on these.
The 79 Panther is obviously not a 78. If we could find a 78 that was in this condition, we'd own that thing and buy it, but they're just hard to find. But we found this 79, and just to have the, just to reminisce about it and all that, we're gonna keep a hold of this one. But that kind of completes our sled tour today, guys. I know we've had a lot of interest on all these old school Arctic Cats, and that's why we started this channel, is because we've had all these sleds for years and years, and I want to share them with people. I want you guys to leave a comment and let me know what you guys thought was your favorite sled, or maybe one that you wanted to know a little bit more about. Share me with what you guys got, how you guys got into snowmobiling. I mean, everybody has a story, even if they started snowmobiling this last winter. Tell me about it. This is an awesome sport. We want it to stay around forever, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
I had like all of those, and then I sold them for a 2013 Arm Pro 800.
How's that treating you?
It's kind of boggy.